are on day 4. We have been together for last 3 days. Today is day 4. And today we will be talking a lot about how to take action that are aligned to what you want to achieve. Many of the time we are taking action, we are busy all the time, but still somehow we feel like we are not doing enough. We have been busy all day. The whole day was gone somewhere, but actually nothing was accomplished, right? So today we will see why it is happening and how can we fix it. With me on that? Let's quickly do a recap of day 3 and then we will move to day 4. Okay. So on day 3, we first thing we were doing it from day 1, we started clarity. Day 2, we were talking about intention and intensity. And that's where we continued on day 3. We were talking about how the driving force, that internal reality creates our outer reality. How we are feeling inside is what creates outside, right? And everything that we are doing drives only when we are doing something bigger than us. If it is just about us, there are chances we will procrastinate. There is chances where we will be delaying. But if it is we are doing for anybody else, right? For your family, for your friends, for your boss, it is chances that you will be doing. Happens? Give me yes in the chat if that's what it is. Okay. The next thing was about environment. We learned about environment don't create our outcome. It's the who we are, like the personality, the identity we are carrying creates the environment. We work based on environment, but the internal reality creates what we have creating outside. And I was giving the example of the clown and the king. So if you put a clown in palace, he will not become a king. Rather, he will make the palace circus. He will turn the palace into circus. And that's what it is. Who you are, you will bring that world outside. And then we also talked about how to quickly change your state. It is just easy, like couple of seconds and you can change your state. So even though when you're not feeling like doing something, how to change your state to be able to do that. And that was a powerful exercise that we did. If you haven't watched, go watch yesterday's replay. And the last thing that we talked about was how to use ChatGPT to create your goal plan, how to divide your actions on daily basis so that you can take action easily. Many of the times we take a big dream, we have a big desire, but we don't know what we need to do on daily basis to accomplish, right? So that's where we use ChatGPT to say how actually we can create our life, how we can accomplish what we want to accomplish. But interestingly, knowing is not equal to doing, right? We all know what we are supposed to do. We all know what we are doing, have to do. But interestingly, we are not doing it. We all know we are not supposed to eat that much garbage or junk, right? Exercise daily, meditate, read. We all know these good behaviors will create good life. But how many times we end up not doing it? Most of the time, right? Until unless there is something very magnificent happening, we don't do it. And why is that? Today we will break on that. Why actually this is happening, right? So yesterday, one of I remember Path, you only asked, right? The question was how to slay procrastination and stop being lazy. We are not lazy. We are not procrastinating. We are just wired in a way to conserve energy. We want to save our energy maximum so that whenever it is needed, we will do it. We are not made for success. Human mind is not created for success. It is just for survival. How you can survive in wild while it's danger. But now for centuries, we are not living in wild. We are living in safe communities. We are living in houses. But our brain is very primitive. It takes millions of years for our brain to evolve. Millions of years. And it's just couple of centuries that we have the structure. So our brain is still processing, still adjusting to what new environment it is. And we are still wired to that threat, that what if I die? And we only focus on that. That's why we conserve energy. So many of the time when we are procrastinating or when we are not taking action that we want to take, it's not about we are lazy or some character is not good in us. It's just we are more on survival mode than on thrival mode. And today we will break down how to change that on root cause, like on the basis of like from the bottom, right? And one more thing we were talking about yesterday was like, if you make your fear smaller and your reward of doing that task bigger, you will take action, right? So for fear is like, or pain is like that, is like, I want to go out exercise, and you are like, okay, it will be very painful. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. And that's where you will be like, you are more into fear, more into pain. But the moment you take reward bigger than that, what if once I get my dream body, once I have that energy, I want to do all those things, how will my life be wonderful? And you change this, reframe this, and you start to take more action. That is also one thing, but we will go deeper into what actually goes on, right? So for anything for us to happen, one of the very biggest thing we need to go through is to face change, right? For any growth, is it correct to say that anytime when you want to have a better life, you need to change something? Anytime when you have to go for growth, you need to change something. Something must be changed. With me on that, give me yes in the chat if you agree with that. Thank you for yes. Yes, so true. We need change. But what happens when we are going through change? What happens? The moment we decide to change, what happens? Something comes up, right? All the resistance start to show. All the resistance starts to show up. Fear, yes. Doubts, confusion, all those things. And let's see why it happens. There is a very beautiful concept. How many of you guys know about Robert Dills? Anybody knows about Robert Dills? He is a very pronounced, famous psychologist, and he gave a very beautiful concept that is called neurological level of change. So he very beautifully explains what happened in our mind when we are actually trying to change something. Okay, let me go quickly share my screen. Yeah, I think you can see now. Not yet. It says connected. No. Now, right? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Just a second. Let me resize my screen for me. Okay. So Robert Dill says, anytime when we are about to change, there are these elements that come in existence. Anytime when we are trying to change something, the very first thing that creates the problem in our process of change is, and we have touched on this, why it is not showing, right? Or it's delayed. Oops. Is my screen frozen? You guys can see? Now it is there. Now it's there. Okay. So the very first thing is environment. And we have talked about environment yesterday also. Anything that is happening outside prevents us from doing inside. It's not the truth though, but that happens, right? I want to be in a certain way, but I have family members who are in certain way. I am not able to see. I'm not able to do something the way I want to do. I want to start doing this, but somehow I don't have enough time to do that. Happens, right? Environment is not aligned. My family don't support. I don't have enough time. I have kids to take care of, right? All those things comes up. I want to start exercising, but gym is not nearby. Environment. I want to start a business, but I don't have any location right now. Where can I do my business? Start my business? Environment problem. Who will come and buy? Environment problem. So everything around us that is holding us back, that we feel that is holding us back, is the first moment when you change comes is the environment. सबसे पहले environment problem create करेगा, right? I want to wake up morning. I don't have alarm. Environment problem, right? I want to sleep early, but my husband comes home late. I cannot sleep early. I want to focus on meditation or let's say or reading, but I get notification on my phone every now and then. Environment problem. So these are all environment problem. The moment you decide to change, something shows up in your environment that is not aligned. How to make environment aligned to your things is by making your behavior aligned to your goal. So second change is behavior. So if you start behaving in a way that you want to, your environment automatically becomes attuned. Okay. And what do I mean by that? Is so let's say I want to wake up early in the morning, 5 o'clock. Once I make that behavior that I'm the person who wakes up every day 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever time you want to wake up, right? In the beginning, you will be like, I need alarm, I need to sleep at this time, all those. But once that become a behavior, environment automatically is like that, right? A person who wakes up at 4 o'clock pretty much sleeps at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, right? They don't go to bed on by 12 o'clock. They go. So their environment changes based on they start to go bed early now. Environment changes. And same I was giving, once you become a mother, all of a sudden, your house environment changes, or a father, like, once you have a new baby in your house changes because your behavior has changed. Now you are taking care of a baby. So environment automatically change. But it is difficult for us to change the behavior also, isn't it? I want to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. I want to focus on studying. I want to do this. I want to do that. But still, changing behavior is also not easy. Because for us to change behavior, we need skills. So that is the next level. We need skills. We need that muscle. We need that trait for us to be able to do that behavior that we want to do. Skills, you can say capabilities also. Okay. So skills. And skills comes once you start doing something on a repetitive basis. You are doing one thing. You woke up one day, 5 o'clock. Okay. Not very good. Grumpy all day. Body was aching. Not able to sleep. Not able to focus. All those things happen. You do it second day, third day, 5 day, 10 day. By 10 day, you become pretty attuned. Your body becomes pretty attuned to waking up 5 o'clock in the morning. By 15, 20 days, you start to become very normal. It becomes very normal. And if you keep doing it, that becomes your capability. And now that you have that capability, you have that skill, you automatically will become behave like a person who wakes up at 5 o'clock, and your environment will change as well. Right? So that's how change cycle works. So many of the time we just focus on changing our environment for us to become what we are trying to become, like whatever changes we are trying to bring. But if you work on your skills, if you gain skills, it becomes easier to change. How many of you can see that? That's what the reality is. The moment you try to change from the bottom, from the environment, it is hard. But once you start building capabilities, skills for that, it is easier. And your skills and capabilities are governed or forced, or you can say is controlled by beliefs. And I will give you a very funny example. So let's say my belief is I don't steal or I don't say lie. That is my belief. Okay. And now I have to develop a capability of lying. अब मुझे झूठ बोलना है. Will that be easy for me? If I am a someone who is a very soft spoken, And all of a sudden, I'm asking to like asked to be like someone who is very bold, very strong in speaking. But my belief is like I'm a very soft-spoken person. Will that capability will be easy? No, right? It will become difficult for me to change my capability. So my belief have to align to my desired skill that I want to acquire. And beliefs can be changed, by the way. How many of you believed on something and now you know that it's not true anymore or you don't believe anymore? Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy. I don't know about in India we never had Tooth Fairy when I was growing up. I heard of Santa Claus, but in US it's a crazy trend. Tooth fairies and Santa Claus and whatnot. That was once belief, right? We had some trends when the movie came Tere Naam. How many of you remember the movie Tere Naam? Give me yes in the chat if you remember Tere Naam, right? And how was that style? Middle partition and yeah. And boys used to think that is cool. Dhoni, that movie came Dhoni. After that, boys started to keep long hair. Kuch kuch hota hai. Girls started to wear that headband, right? Everyone copied, yes. And that time we used to believe it is cool. I have done that. I always used to have short hair. So the moment Anjali's character came, I resonated so much. Oh, she looks just like me. And I used to play basket by that time. So I was like, yes, this is me. And I felt like, oh, this is cool. The way Anjali puts headband, I'm putting it. That was a belief. But I know how silly it was now. When I see my pictures, I'm like, what? But yeah, that's what it is. So our beliefs are what governs our skills. So if we have a belief of a certain way and then we try to do a skill opposite to it, it will not happen. So it's much more easier to change our belief. With me on that? So trying from the bottom up, it's difficult, but you do it from top to bottom, it becomes much more easy for us to change. And that's the beauty of change. And the last very important element of change is identity. You become the person you want to be, who have that character, who have that trait, who have that environment. You just change your identity. You start living like that. How many of you have heard this statement? Fake it till you make it, right? We all have heard it. It's not you're faking it, you are consciously putting an effort to change something in a way you want to. It's not just fake. Fake is not very superficial word, so we cannot say we are faking it. We are consciously trying to do something that we want to accomplish. So if you want to feel like I'm a million dollar business owner, like my business runs on $1 million business model, what I need to do? Start to dress up like a $1 million boss. I start to speak like that. I start to behave like that. Think like that. Make a friend circle like that, right? That's where the identity is. And once you change the identity, your beliefs. Okay, as maybe a broke business person, I may have a belief like money is not good. We should not earn so much money. But as a millionaire, I will be having belief money is good. Money empowers what I want to do. Belief changed, right? So once your identity change, automatically your belief change. So it's much more easier for us to change our identity than changing any of the other thing. But what happens in a whole our life, we have never been taught this concept and we try to fix the bottom things. We never even go to skills or belief. We are just stuck. Okay, let me change my this behavior. I procrastinate a lot. Let me change my behavior of not being procrastinator, right? I speak out so loud or I speak without confidence. Let me change that behavior. Or maybe the environment. We are stuck in just bottom two. How many of you can agree with this? Right? We just try to change our behavior. This is who I am and this is who I want to just change the behavior. Doesn't happen. You need to work on your skills. You need to work on your belief. And it's much, much more easier. Same effort you need to put. You change your identity. Who you need to be and all the other things will fall in place. With me on that? Give me yes if you're getting the point. Getting my point? Thank you. Thank you for those yeses. Lovely. Okay, so now that we know this is the ladder of change, you can say, or level of change, how can I use it for my benefit, right? So tomorrow, day 5, basically we will be talking a lot about identity, how to change your identity. Today, let's talk about rest of the 4. Okay? But before that, I want to, identity is something that, is how you see yourself, how you perceive yourself. Your identity is not how you are shown, other people are perceiving you. It's more of a who you see yourself. So let's say you believe yourself, I'm not a very confident person. How will you show up? Not so confident person, right? And then how it will show to other people. You may fake it, you may pretend to be confident for some time, but you cannot hold that identity for a very long time. So for us to change identity, we need to change our self-concept, how we see ourselves, how we understand ourselves. And one of the very, very important force for that is how worthy we feel of ourselves. So if we don't feel worthy of ourselves, we won't be doing that thing. And I will give you example, very beautiful example. How many of you guys have done window shopping? You know window shopping? You go out, see things, but you're not going to buy. You just see for fun. How many of you have done window shopping? Give me yes in the chat. Yes, a lot. Kanika says a lot. Yes, we all are guilty of that. We all go and do window shopping. We go on random stairs, right? How many of you go window shopping in stores that are way more expensive than your budget? Way more expensive. Normally, let's say if you buy a shirt for 1,000 rupees, how many of you go to a store where the shirt is sold for 5,000, 7,000, 10,000? Give me yes or no in the chat. Do you go? Sometimes, okay? How often? If you go, how often? Sometimes you said. How about others? How about even more expensive stores? And what happens the moment we enter to that branded store? Nobody is forcing us to buy. We can just go window shop and come back. But why is that hesitation comes? I don't know. One more example. When you are flying, you go in a flight. If you are constantly flying in economy, right? Passing through first class feels little like uncomfortable. Oh, maybe this, maybe that. I don't know what is going on, but something goes on in our body. And if you pass through business class or executive class, even more different. We feel like we don't belong here. How many of you have felt that in some place, right? Going to a very expensive restaurant. Somehow we feel we don't belong here. And why does that happen? Why we feel that we don't belong here? Because we don't see being worthy enough for that environment. And we fear that if we are not worthy enough, we will be judged. What will people say? If I go in a 5-star restaurant and I don't know how to eat, right? I don't know how to use cutleries. I don't know how to use plates, glasses. People will judge me. I'm not worthy enough to sit in this room. That's why. Exactly, fear of judgment. We are so scared of fear of judgment. Okay, so this is something that we are going physical. In a physical store, there are other human that can see us, they can judge us. So that is understandable. How many times you go, if you want to buy a watch, at least go and look for Rolex. Want to buy a perfume or something? Parada. If you want to buy a Indian outfit, Sabyasachi, how many times we go and see on those websites? It's online, right? Nobody is seeing, nobody is there to judge. What is stopping us from going to those expensive? Budget is one thing, but again, window shopping is free, right? Window shopping you can do, but still we don't do it. And that's where somewhere we believe that we are not worthy of that. With me on that? We don't deserve to have this expensive thing. We don't have a money, different thing. But until unless you don't explore, how do you know? By the way, there are a lot many times Parada have offer right? 30%, 40%, 50% off. And it comes down to pretty much same price that you buy for a normal perfume. I will not be able to afford. Exactly, Kanika. So the moment you say that I am not able to afford, you are telling to yourself, I am not worthy of something nice, something expensive. Isn't it? It's a two-way street. That is expensive because I cannot afford it. Somewhere I don't deserve to have that thing. But until unless you go and explore, how do you know it's expensive? Right? How do you know that it is expensive? Many of the times we get offer, many of the times there is some deal going on, right? But until unless you don't go step into those stores, you never know, right? And how will you desire? I remember a couple of years back, like I was doing one of the activity with my coach, and they said, imagine every day in your account you are getting 1 crore rupees. 1 crore rupees every single day. How your life will be. Okay, day one, I started to spend like, okay, 1 crore you have to spend. So I'm spending, okay, I will buy this, those experience, ye, wo vacation. By the day 15, 20, like, 20 crores spent, and I have nothing more left to do with the money. And I'm like, only 20 crores. I desire of making so much money. And now that I have 20 crores, I spend in 20 days and I'm done. I'm not able to think beyond 20 crores. How many of you can think about beyond 20 crores, 30 crores, 40 crores? We all have that limit, right? कितना ही कर लोगे क्या ही कर सकते हो You have been to exclusive vacations, you have bought yachts, you have bought ये वो सब कुछ कर लिया. Now what? Limit, right? It's just because we haven't explored enough. Once we know what wealthy people do, how they spend money, we will have that option. But until unless we are going and experiencing, we are not knowing it. So we need to go have that exposure for us to know what actually it is for us. With me on that? And on that note, most of you guys here have booked your calls with me. A few of them, few of you have booked, not most of you, I would say. What is stopping you guys from exploring? Booking call. I won't be catching you and saying, give me money right now. If that is what is aligns, this is what is you need in your life. What is stopping you from at least connecting with me, letting me know you, let you know me a little bit? But where are we? Why are we not able to connect like that? Self-worth. We don't see ourselves worthy enough of someone else's time, someone else's attention. That's the reason also many times we don't book a call, right? And by the yesterday, I was on call like yesterday, day before yesterday, I was on call with few of you guys. And because of limited time, I was not able to tell my offer, like what exactly I am presenting in my program. So here I am like quickly, I will take a couple of minutes. Is it okay? Like 5 minutes, I will quickly run down what all things are included in the program. Will that be beneficial? Give me yes in the chat if that's okay. If not, then we will move to next topic. Varsha says yes. Thank you, Varsha. Okay, just give me one more second. I was to share my screen again. Yes, don't know, right? No, not sharing, right? What is happening today? It's very slow in connecting today. Not yet. Okay. Okay, now I think it's here. Just a second. Let me resize one more time. Okay, so I was talking about my program. Quickly, I will run down what is all included. program name is called Unapologetic You, right? I don't know why I made two L's and then I'm realizing unapologetic doesn't have. Okay, so the program name is Unapologetic You. For people who want to live life on their own terms, people who want to create success based on their definition, not by the society standards, not living the checkbox life, but what actually you want. This program is for them. But somehow, even though we know this is what we want, we are not able to do it, right? We are not able to attain it. So breaking all those barriers, all those resistance that are coming, this program is something that will help you. So I have gone in detail yesterday about what it will do for you, but today I will just quickly go through what all things are included in the program. So basically this program is of 12 weeks. In 12 weeks, we will be covering 12 modules. I name it Quest. So there are 12 modules, 12 week. Let me change the color of pen. Yeah, so it's a 12-week program, 12 modules. I call it Quest. So each module is designed on one over the other. So as I was telling, we need three elements for us to succeed. That is clarity, courage, and consistency, right? For first 3 weeks, we will be focusing specifically on clarity, what you actually want in your life. What is the roadmap for that? How do you make the plan so that you can execute? So first 3 weeks is basically gaining the clarity about what actually you want in your life. Once you have the clarity, we will move towards the courage. We know this is what we want. Majority of I was struggling big time with this, right? I was very short on courage. I know this is what I want, but I had no courage to go for it. The moment something comes up and I feel like my family will be uncomfortable, my friends will be uncomfortable, I stopped myself from doing that, right? Very, very lacking on courage, confidence, showing up on stage, showing up, speaking publicly. Those all things I struggle with. So the second module will be of courage, and the third will be consistency. I know what I need to do. I have courage to do it, but somehow I'm not doing it regularly. Many of people are struggle with that also. I know how to do it. Courage also is there, but somehow not doing it regularly. Environment is not allowing, behavior is not there, skill is not there. Lot of things are missing, right? So on that, how to create consistency. So 3 weeks each, we will be 9 weeks working on this. Once we have the clear structure of our life, the most important element of that is you, right? So we have courage, clarity, courage, and consistency. And the most important part of that is you, right? We need to work on yourself as well, your identity as a person you want to become, right? Your confidence, your self-worth, your self-concept, basically, how you see yourself. Change the reframe of that, how you see yourself, and that's where you will find more clarity about how you're going to do it, right? So that's what it is. That's what it is. So this is the structure. We are having 12 weeks, 12 modules. Each module is designed based on that. Every week we will meet once every week. Okay. Somehow I am making so many spelling mistakes today. See? Okay. So once per week we will meet, and we will have for 2 hours, we will have the content that I want to give. I will teach the concepts, and then we will have open Q&A. You can ask me whatever questions you want to ask. Also, you will have one-on-one call with me, two of those, in the beginning of program and in the end of the program, so that I can sit with you and design your life as per your needs, right? Thing and I will say it will fit to everybody. No, we have to make it personalized. We need to understand what actually is stopping you. What is that desire you want to align? And all those things we will discover in one-on-one calls with me. Okay. The fourth thing will be you will be having Anytime when you're struggling with something, you're emotionally going down. So these are the two calls that you will have in program. But a quick 15-minute call, 10-15 minute call, I call it SOS call. Oops. The moment you feel you're stuck somewhere, you had fight with your partner and you are like not able to focus on the work, not able to feel good about yourself, change it. Talk with me. I will give you a quick reframe. Done. Out of the problem. Focus on life again. Right? And imagine how powerful it will be. Many of the times, something happens in the morning. Boss said something, a mother-in-law said something, dad said something, and you are hulking for day, 2 day, 3 day. Happens. Fight with partner, and we are sulking for whole day, isn't it? So that will help you come out of that rut quickly. Then we will be having a community. These are the people you will do your task with. You will become friends with. They will be your accountability buddy, right? And it's 24/7. Whoever is available. When I am available, I will be replying to your questions. Anytime when you have any question, anything that you want to ask, anything you want to share. This will be the community will be supporting you. And every week we will be getting some task that we have to finish by next task. And I will support you personally so that you finish each and every task. You don't feel alone. You don't feel burdened. And many of the times we are doing it, but it feels so heavy. I have created the system. It's so easy that it becomes so effortless. Every day you have to give 10 to 15 minutes, right? And it becomes so effortless for you to achieve that goal. Just do it. Simply do it with support, with guidance, right? Also, there will be pre-recorded, guided morning and evening rituals. Okay? Morning and evening rituals. How to start your day with a right energy, right mindset, and how to end your day with right energy, right mindset. Very powerful thing. It takes just 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening to set your day. But this mindful 10 minutes that you spend in your day changes the way you live your life. How many of you agree with that? Right start of your day gives you a very beautiful start of your day. Good morning. Okay, my daughter is here. Okay, I'm in meeting with her. Okay, so that's what it is. Start your day with alignment, end your day with alignment, and you will be achieving so much more than you can. Right? You have WhatsApp group support as well, messaging support as well, that you can do it. Apart from this, you will be having one printable planner called Next Best 90 Days. So once you have done 90 days with me, okay, you have spent that 90 days, 12 weeks with me, you know the concept, you know the mindset, you know all the theory part, right? And you know the system also how to do it. I will give you a planner. You just follow through those and you can redo that same 90 days plan again. So let's say first 90 day, you set one goal you achieved in 90 days. And I will tell you, many of us, we are doing goal setting, but we are not doing the goal getting part. We just set the goal. Okay, this is what I want to do. But how are you planning to get the goal? So this 90 days is basically that. Planner is that. How are you planning to get your goal? Whatever it is, in relationship, in health, in wealth, any areas you want to, personal growth, personal development, mindfulness, peace, any area that you want to achieve. What is your goal getting plan? Just give me a second. Yeah. So my daughter was singing and I was like, please, 2 minute ke liye. Okay. So printable planner is 90 days rinse and repeat system. You can just rinse and repeat. Once you have done it, do it again, and whole your life, just repeat the system. And you know something that is a skill for you. You can go teach your kids also like this. How much more powerful it will be for you guys, right? And This is 90 days program. You get to do it one more time with me. So do it for 6 months. You can do it for further long also if you want. Like if you want to stay in community for longer, you can continue as well. But at least do it for 180 days. So you do it once, you repeat it second time, and still you're not satisfied with the outcome, you can continue for as long as you want to continue with me on that. But I'm so confident in my system. I know the power of my program. In 90 days, you are able to get the result you want to get. System works like that. I have done it myself. It took me 5 years to understand the system, create the system. But now that I know, I do it on daily basis. I do it very efficiently now. Right? There will be two. So this is what it is, and then there is extra bonus. So there will be two, um, sorry, 2-day program on personal power mastery. How to tap into your superpower, how to show up as the most powerful, most charismatic person you are, how the world should know that you are this magnificent. That 2 days we will spend on just that. Okay? How you can tap into power, and it's free. It's free. It's included in these program only. And also you will get 2 tickets. That is also free. You can invite any of your friends, any of your family. Many of the times, this is one of the favorite question people ask, especially husbands. They come to their come to room, even wives also, not just husband, wife also. Okay, this is the program I want to do, but I think this will benefit my wife also, and they want to join. I'm like, well and good, bring them. Many of the time, people who have older kids, like, adult kids, 18 years, 20 years old kids, and they are like, I want to do it and I want to bring my kid as well with me. Well, you have extra ticket, you can bring, or sometimes your friend. So that's what you can do. There is also a very powerful thing that is called neurographics. How many of you know about neurographics? Anybody knows about neurographics? No. No. Okay, neurographics is a very, very wonderful, powerful tool that is used for us to calm our mind. And that is also a very beautiful system for us to create mindfulness state where you can achieve something. Like if you say it's manifestation, that is what it takes you to the level of clarity that you manifest. That is the energy of it. It is science based. It's not woo woo or anything, like you just do it and it happens. It's all science based. There is a way of doing it. So it's a 2-hour master class that you will get to attend live, and then you will have the recording for life. Okay. How many of you think this is powerful? This can change your life. Give me yes in the chat if this is what feels powerful. This has the potential to change the life. This has potential to give you the life you are looking for. No, not powerful. Should I need to add something more? What do you think missing in this element? In this program, what do you think is missing? Powerful stars. Me too. Okay. What do you think missing in this program? What do you think can add more value to you guys? What is that you are looking for? You can unmute and say, you can type in the chat, whatever works for you. These are all practical tasks. Every week you will be given a task that you will be doing with me. It's not that I will just give you, okay, this is what it is, and you just go and have theory part. No, I will give you a task that actually implies every week. That's why I said every week I will meet and give you tasks that you have to daily at least 15 minutes you will be doing. And those tasks are something that are science based, neurological based. So it's not just simply doing it. You will understand what is happening behind in your mind, and it becomes much easier. right? I will give you a very beautiful example. So one of the things is right. I have heard like everybody to say gratitude, but somehow I never felt good about gratitude. Whenever I do gratitude, I don't feel gratitude in my heart. I am grateful, but it's not that I'm so grateful that I have internet and I can connect you guys. I'm not feeling anything. And until unless whatever repetitive words, sentences you are saying to yourself, if you're not feeling it, it will not work. So how can I make feel? And same with affirmations also. I remember Kanika talking with you, right? How affirmations, I'm saying it, but it's not getting me result because I'm not able to feel actually. So how can I make me feel about that, right? How can I make it feel? It's just mere words for me. It's not making me any emotion. By tapping into emotion, by changing the state. Science, yesterday I talked about it, right? How you change your state. And I will give you one very beautiful example, very powerful technique that you can do. So whenever you are feeling low about yourself, instead of saying affirmation, I am happy and I am excited, you start doing this technique. You start writing all the accomplishments you have done in your life. All the small, all the big, whatever prizes you won in your first grade, all the compliments you got from your teacher, all the work you have done and appreciated or appraisal you got in office, whatever work you have done, and you have done really good, right? Exactly. It gets monotonous. You start to feel good about yourself first, and then you do affirmation. It will work. You write good things about yourself. I am so amazing. But if you don't feel inside amazing, that is not going to make anything difference. So first, make yourself feel amazing. And one of the very easy ways, write down all your accomplishments. And whenever you're going low, just write down your accomplishments. First grade, I won this first place for drawing, right? In fourth class, I was selected for basketball. In fifth grade, I was the captain of my basketball team, right? I won that Olympiad. I performed on that stage and I felt so good. Whatever made you happy, whatever you made you accomplished, make the list of all those. I went on that vacation and I had to do nothing just to enjoy. That made me feel so amazing. First, give your brain that proof. And then you say, I feel amazing. Yes, my life is amazing. I have done so much amazing things. Now affirmation works. So that's how these science-based techniques for everything that we will do, you will understand better. That's why you will be able to imply better. Helpful? Hope this answers your question, Anika. Right? So on that note, if you want to know more and you want to explore, book call with me. Shashi will share link with you. Okay? Book a call. At least explore. I'm not forcing you. See, and I'm very particular, as I said last time also, I'm very particular who I'm working with. I exclusively want only those people who are ready to take action. I don't want people who are ready to play small games. No, if you're ready for big game, if you're actually ready to make changes, no excuses, only results, then only we will move forward. But at least until unless you don't explore and know this is for you, how will you know? So just book a call. Let us know each other. And if it's not right fit for you, I myself will say, no, it's not right fit for you. Maybe you're not ready right now. You can come later. With me? Okay. Moving back to the important part that we were talking about is neurological level. I will go little more deeper on that. So we talked a lot about environment, so not touching environment anymore. Okay. But one thing I want to say about environment is this is a very common quote you must all have heard. We are the average of blank people we spend our time with. How many people? We are the average of? Give me in chat. Nobody has heard this quote? We are the average of 5 people we spend the most time with. And it is not personally now, like not in person. So if you're spending too much time with your kid, you only think like kid. With your child, your mindset will be just that. You cannot think beyond that. Or if you're spending too much time watching any reel, like these days I'm so much into Alex Hermosi since he has launched his book. He created a Guinness Book World Record by just launching a book live on internet. He sold almost 3 million copies of that book, collection book, right? And it's the Guinness Book of World Record. And now I'm studying him how he did it. So I'm spending too much time, and every time when something happens, I'm like, okay, Alex will do like this. Alex says like this. That is how my thought works. So we are average of 5 people. Whoever spend time, like we are watching reels. So once you start watching some particular kind of reels, and I'm pretty sure you all are into personal development, you all must be watching some or the other personal growth leaders, right? Some of the influencers, some of those who are doing, and you are influenced by that. So that determines. So your environment is, you are the average of 5 people, and that's the average of your environment. Change, if you want to make change, change your environment in that sense. Start being in circle of people who are the way you want to become. So if I want to become a multimillionaire businessman or woman, I start hanging out more with those. But right now, maybe none of multimillionaire business owner will be my friend. At least I can join their community and listen to what they have to say, right? And once I become that multimillionaire club member, I will find someone billionaire, right? That's what it is. We keep on growing like that. Now coming to behavior, right? And this is very, very interesting part and very, very powerful thing to know. So all thing that happens in our body, like day 2, day 3, I have talked about it. Everything that happens in our body is chemical, right? How many of you agree with that? Everything happens in our body is basically chemical. We have 5 senses. That 5 senses take the information from outside, gives it to our mind, right? Now, using the filters, our mind makes a story. Okay, this is something, and it creates a feeling. Okay, I feel this is dangerous. I feel this is not so dangerous. This is fun. So, mind makes a feeling. Based on feeling, emotions are created. So, if you're feeling scared, right? Fear comes up, the feeling, all the hormones of fear, you will feel scared. That emotions will come as well. So, emotions are physical changes happening in your body. Feeling is a mental thing happening in your mind. Many of the time we get confused, but that's what it is. What I am feeling is in my mind, but what I'm emotionally going through is chemical change. That's why I said stress is a very chemical change. So if it's a chemical, it is created by body. It can be uncreated by body as well, right? Or it can be override with another chemical. Can be done. We all have done chemistry experiments in our school, right? That's how it is. So once you create a chemical, it is very easy to redo or overdo with some other chemicals. And today, right now, I will be talking more of that. So, for example, I was giving the example of yesterday about, like, I have 5 senses. With that senses, I see there is something brown, fuzzy, furry, huge thing coming towards me, right? And I understood, okay, this is a lion or this is a tiger. And then it goes the information in my mind, and the filter tells, oh, lion, this lion is your friend. What will happen? The chemical named oxytocin is released in my body. And I will feel, oh, this is my friend. Let me hug it, to cuddle with it, right? Chemical, just chemical. Chemical is the way our mind is talking with our body. And many of the time we have mismatch in our chemical. We are feeling something, but something else is happening in our body. That's why this is deregulation of nervous system. We are not functioning in a way that we are supposed to function because of stress, because of all the things that is going through in our life. That's why. So now that I have oxytocin, how will I go and treat that lion? With love, right? But imagine that lion is not my friend. And my mind said, this is a threat. Run. Now that my mind had said, you have to run, what chemical I want? Adrenaline, right? Adrenaline makes us move faster, more energy. Different chemical. Same environment, right? Same input I had. I saw a lion, but how I felt about it changed the entire story in my body, entire chemistry in my body. Powerful, right? This is very powerful and this is very basic and it's very easy to change once you know about it. So letting get little deeper into it. So there are four very major chemicals. They are called neurotransmitters, by the way. So these are four. How many of you have heard of word dose? Have you heard of dose? What is dose, Anshika? Okay, I will tell you what is dose. How many of you heard about dopamine? Dopamine detox. Internet is flooding with dopamine, right? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter or a hormone for us when we are anticipating reward. Something is about to come. It's not happened yet. We are anticipating something can come, something good can happen. And that's where dopamine kicks in. And dopamine is very important for us to have the goal setting and then goal getting, right? If you don't have dopamine in your mind while going through something, you will not be motivated enough. So if you want motivation, if you say, I am not motivated enough, you need more dopamine towards that goal. And how many of you think it will be beneficial if you know how to create dopamine naturally in your body? Will it be powerful if you know how to create dopamine naturally in our body? No? Okay, then move to next topic. Okay. So the next one is oxytocin. So if you know how to create, Varsha now says yes, to make more dopamine. Everybody needs dopamine. These are dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. This is called DOSE, D-O-S-E, DOSE. So D stands for dopamine, oxytocin stands for O stands for oxytocin, S stands for serotonin, E stands for endorphin. And these four together are called happy hormones. Okay? And dopamine, the natural way of getting dopamine is anticipating reward and make the reward more fulfilling. In the future, you will take action. How can you do it? One of the very easy ways, visualization. Very easy way. Whatever goal you want to, let's say I want to have a goal that I'm standing and there are 20,000 people standing in front of me and I'm presenting in front of them. And now I close my eyes and I start to see, visualize. There is a way to do it. But once I start seeing, all the chemical changes will start to happen and I will feel good because this is what my desire is and I'm anticipating a reward. Very easy way. And by the way, on day 2, we were talking about, right? Our mind cannot differentiate between what is real, what is imagination. It cannot differentiate. So even though it's not happening, you tell to your mind, this is happening, this is about to happen. Dopamine. How easy it is. Just close your eyes, sit and think about the thing that you want to get. Dopamine. Next hormone is oxytocin. It's a love hormone and it is antidepressant. Oxytocin is basically anti-stress. So anytime when you are feeling so much stressed, how many of you felt like the moment you feel stressed, somebody hugs you, the stress goes down? Because stress is counterpart of oxytocin. The moment oxytocin is released in your body, stress goes way too down, right? And there are a lot of people who don't like, I'm also not very physical person. I don't like too much. Like if I am comfortable with few people, I'm okay. In that case, what I need to do? I don't like everybody to be like hugged or touched, right? My daughter is also same. There is a thing called dry brush. If you have tried bamboo dry brush, you use it on your skin. You yourself use it on your skin. Naturally, you will induce oxytocin. This is one way. You can do one more thing. You can just hug yourself, tie yourself around your arms, and just slowly wag and tap yourself as if you're cuddling yourself, right? Do it for 2 minutes. Lot of oxytocin, and you will see instantly your breath is changing. You're feeling much better about yourself. And of course, if you like to hug somebody, go and cuddle, go and hug. Best remedy. Hugs are the best medicines. Serotonin. Next is serotonin. Serotonin is happy hormone, feel good hormone. And it is naturally induced when you are in sunlight, when you are in nature. So spend more time in nature, more time in sunlight, simply. And serotonin, by the way, is governed by your gut health also. So if you have, and it is now chemically proven, scientifically known now, people who are clinically depressed have bad gut health. And people who are having bad gut health suffer through bad moods. मूड स्विंग्स ज्यादा होते हैं उन लोगों की जिनकी गट हेल्थ अच्छी नहीं होती है. एंड गट हेल्थ इज नॉट हाउ कॉन्स्टिपेटेड you are or how good your motion is. Gut health is how many microbes we have, small good bacteria and bad bacteria in our stomach, right? In our intestine, in our gut, basically. So those are the gut bacteria that create these hormones. So if you have good number of good bacteria, they will help you create more of these hormones. But if you don't have enough, they will not be creating hormones. And that's why we feel what we are feeling. So if you don't have enough gut bacteria in your gut, not enough serotonin is released, and that's why mood is low. You will feel not good about you or anything in your life. And the fourth one is endorphin. Endorphin is basically natural painkiller. And by the blessings, women have almost 40% more endorphins than men. Because women have to go through pain, like a lot of cycles in our body is going through pain. That's why we have naturally more endorphin. How do men get endorphin naturally? How many of you know? How many, all the boys, all the guys in the room, tell me, how many of you like to watch action movies? And girls in your life say, why you keep on watching action movies? Watch something romantic. And you will be like, what romantic? Let's watch action movie. How many of you resonate with that? Or if you have kids, your daughter will play with, like, cozy toys, and, like, she will draw furry soft toys, dolls, all those things. But your son will be like, "Grrr," with car or something. Even not car, then they will make something and they will be like always like that. Why? Because this is their natural way of creating endorphin. Centuries back, men used to go out and go for hunting, adventure, right? That was adventure. That used to give them endorphin. Now that we are not able to go for hunting, nobody is going for hunting, right? Nobody is going into wild and killing animals. We sit in front of TV and we watch that adventure. And as we know, reality and imagination, no difference. So if you see something on your screen, the moment you see, you feel that is happening with you. So when hero is going and fighting, you feel that adrenaline in yourself, that endorphin in yourself. And that's how men get endorphin naturally. And that's why men like my husband, he comes from office. First thing is get me remote. I want to watch good 30-35 minutes. He will watch something very violent, like, gun shooting, loud music, loud, like it's very, very masculine kind of thing. And after that, his way of shutting down from stress is endorphin. And how many of you can relate that you do in your life as well? Whereas women work better on oxytocin. So the moment they feel lonely, they come from office, let me watch some lovey-dovey serials, right? Some rom-coms. We have different, but until unless you know how your body works and what chemicals you need when, it is difficult. And how many of you think once you know about these chemicals and how to use it, how to naturally induce it, and even now you have lot many information, go use ChatGPT, go use Google and find more how to induce that. And how many of you think you have a manual for your body now? What? It is so easy for us to induce our body and change and do all the chemical changes. It's that easy. You can change. Serotonin can be induced just by looking to vibrant, beautiful colors. Your mood can change by just looking vibrant colors. Add more colors to your life. Have beautiful wallpapers. Get your walls colored beautifully. How many of you can resonate? Like once you change the orientation in your house, you have a room and you change few things, right? You bring a new poster or you put new fresh flower somewhere or you change a thing little bit and it feels different and it feels nice. Give me yes in the chat if that's what you have experienced anytime in your life. Little changes, little subtle changes. Right after cleaning your desk, you feel good. Why? Serotonin, happy hormone is released in your body. So anytime when you are feeling low, add more colors, add more vibrance, add more fragrances to your life, and it will make happy. That simple. But you need to know what you need to do for you to feel that way. Okay. So these were all theories. I gave you few techniques, few tips. That's a powerful thing. I will give you one very, very interesting thing. How many of you think procrastination is a problem and it's a behavior? Give me yes in the chat if procrastination is a problem and it's a behavior. And I will give you how procrastination is not a behavior. Procrastination is a chemical thing happening in our body. And once you understand, it's never going back. So understand this. And Parth, I know you have this question, so it's for you as well. When we do procrastinate, there is only two times when we procrastinate. If the task is way too boring. For me is folding laundries. It's too boring for me. We will procrastinate. मजा नहीं आने वाला है. What chemical is missing? Give me in the chat. What chemical is missing? If it's too boring, what if I add that chemical that will help me go towards that? Give me in chat. What do you think? So if a task is too boring and I'm procrastinating, what chemical, if I can induce, will help me do the task? In the chat, guys, in the chat. No. Reward hormone, reward chemical, dopamine. Because there is no reward, right? I'm procrastinating. The thing is very boring. So once I finish that boring thing, I won't be getting anything. It's a boring thing, right? Even though if I finish it, I'm not getting anything. But if I set my mind that, okay, this is what I'm getting, dopamine, exactly, dopamine, we will be able to achieve that task. And I will give you how. So I gave the example, folding laundry, I hate it. I feel it's so boring. It's the boring works, like boring of all. Like it's the, I don't even have word for that. What I can do, the reward is anytime when I'm folding clothes, I get to watch my favorite movie or favorite show, Kapil Sharma ka show. So once a week, Kapil Sharma show comes. I take all the laundry, sit 1.5 hour, I fold. I have a reward attached to a behavior that I was not able to do. Laundry, I was procrastinating. Now I have a reward. What are the chances that I will be folding my clothes? It increases, right? It's increases. The percentage increases the moment you have a reward attached to a boring task. And just chemical change. Your procrastinated change just by adding dopamine. Okay, so this is the one way of procrastination. You procrastinate. Yes, that's where I'm coming. So there is one way you procrastinate when things are very easy, very boring. The other time when you procrastinate, the second scenario when you procrastinate, when the thing is way too big and you don't know how to start, you don't know how to go ahead. That fear, exactly, fear of not good winning, whatever fear comes. But if that task feels much more heavier or much more bigger than your capability, you will procrastinate. With me on that? I want to prepare for that presentation. I don't know how I'm going to present. Scared. So when I'm scared, when I'm stressed, what hormones are released in my body? Cortisol. These are stress hormone. There are a lot many chemical, but one of the major hormone is cortisol. So what happens the moment cortisol is created in our body? All my brain goes offline, shut down. Only limbic brain is activated. Rest entire brain is like, off Wi-Fi, off internet. कुछ नहीं सोचना है, कुछ नहीं करना है. So that's what happens when you have too much cortisol in your body. Your limbic brain is activated. And the work of limbic brain is just to find problem and fix it. And it is conserving energy. It don't want to spend any extra energy. So the moment it says, it will say, okay, it is too big of a task. It will take too much of my energy. I'm not going to do it. Procrastination is happening, isn't it? Right? And now that we know how to reduce our stress, you can induce more oxytocin. You can induce more serotonin. How can you do more of that? By relaxing yourself, by going in nature, by dancing out. There are a lot of ways. And now that your stress hormone, your cortisol is low and your serotonin is low, what are the chances of you feeling okay about doing the task? It increases, right? You are not scared anymore. You are scared just because you have that chemical in your body. Now that if you don't have that scare, how many times, and I'm pretty sure every one of you have experienced this. You were scared of something and you did it, and after doing it, like इतना भी tough नहीं था यार, इतना भी मुश्किल नहीं था. You made it too big of in your head. Happen? The moment you finish, you're like, what? I was procrastinating this for so long. It was so easy, right? Because of mismatch of chemical. Once you know, okay, having more serotonin, when you're happy, right? When you're happy, when you are in ease mode, whatever people say, you say, yes, हो जाएगा, ये तो हो जाएगा. Why? And वो हो भी जाता है. For this reason. But the moment you are in stress, even the small thing, if your husband asks like, get me that key and you are running late, you will be like, no, I don't have time. You are not able to even you procrastinate on giving him keys, right? All game of chemical, all game of chemical. Was it beneficial? Was it interesting? Give me yes in the chat if that was interesting to know. Something fun you learned today. Nice. So now that you know this is all chemical locha and that can be changed by chemically changing yourself. How much more easy the life is. Just go find what neurotransmitters I need for me to feel happy. How can naturally induce? Done. Done. How to feel more happy? How can I have more serotonin in my body? Somebody who is struggling with sleep. Anybody in the room who struggles with sleep, not able to sleep better? Anybody in the room? Nobody? Okay, that's good. If you guys are sleeping like babies, that are good. But if you are struggling with sleep or anybody in your family struggling with sleep, melatonin is the chemical. Melatonin is the hormone. You have more of melatonin, you will sleep better. And now go find how to induce melatonin naturally. By the way, melatonin supplement is okay to take as well. So no problem in that, but I'm not suggesting like you go and take melatonin. But yeah, melatonin is a hormone you need. And interestingly, melatonin is same configuration as serotonin. Serotonin is released when you have daylight. Melatonin is released when you don't have daylight. And that's the reason people say, right before sleeping, no blue light. Why blue light? If our eyes work this way, right? We see the color that is reflected. So if we see blue color is reflected, but what our eyes are observing is yellow, contradictory of that, right? So it is reflected is blue light, but our eyes are absorbing yellow light. Yellow light resembles to daylight. Right? Daylight. So when you are seeing a screen that is mimicking a daylight, what will happen? More serotonin in your body and less melatonin in your body. Not able to sleep. Reverse it. By 7 o'clock, 7:30, reduce the light in your house. By 10 o'clock, I'm promising you, you will feel sleepy. Do it for 5 days, 6 days. By the seventh day, you will sleep like a baby. It's that simple, right? Sometimes when I'm feeling stressed, you're not able to sleep. Yes, exactly. Overstimulated with some other hormone. If you have too much adrenaline in your body, too much endorphin in your body, too much cortisol in your body, you won't be able to sleep. Too much serotonin, even good hormones not let you sleep sometimes. If you have too much serotonin, how many of you, like I am like that person, 2 o'clock in the night, full on energy, I'm like, this is the idea I'm going to implement. I wake up and I write, right? Super excited. Lot of serotonin in my head, lot of dopamine in my head, in my body. Not sleeping, no melatonin. So that's how it works. Okay, so this is behavior. So we talked about environment. The next one was behavior. Behavior can be changed by this chemical method. Okay, everything is feeling and every feeling can be. So if you remember the thought loop we created, like every thought gives us a feeling, and based on feeling, we take action. And if we change the feeling, we change the action. You remember that loop? We talked on day 2 also, day 3 also. Exactly what I was talking about this. This is how you change your feeling. Your feeling is the emotion your body is going through, is the chemical change your body is going through. So once you have a feeling, you will have some emotion, some chemical changes. And you know how to operate those chemical changes, you change your action based on how you're feeling. If you feel good, you take good actions. If you're not feeling good, you won't take good actions. And your actions will determine your outcome, how you're getting, what result you're getting. And your outcome will again create a thought. If it's a good outcome, you will be happy, okay, this is how it is done, I can do it next time. But the outcome is not good, you will be like, ye to nahi ho raha. And the negative loop or the positive loop depends on how outcome is getting. Powerful. So once you have that, now let's talk about capability. And this is also very, very interesting. I will quickly go. We are pretty much on time. So I will just quickly go and we will finish that. Okay, let me share my screen one more time. Coming, which hormone do I need to make it faster? Okay, it heard. Okay, so now that we know we can change our environment like this, but it's easier to change our behavior, and behavior can be changed with chemicals. Next is capability. How quickly we can, how quickly. And everything I'm talking about quick fixes. I want root cause. I don't want to have, like, oranges replaced by mango. I want actually to have mango on mango tree. Okay, I don't want quick fixes, but I want it to be done quickly. Not quick fixes, but done to be quickly, as fast as possible. And these are the ways. So if you want to change your capability, skills, this is how you do it. So we all have that, right? How many of you, so we all have been to school, right? What you got in school? Knowledge, right? We all got knowledge in school by giving what? Time. We all had time as a kid, as a young kids, we were having a lot of time, right? We had nothing else to do. So we used to go to school to get knowledge. So we gave our time to gain knowledge. And once we had knowledge, what we did? We used our knowledge to get a job. And job gives us money. With me? Right? And with money, you get more time. Now that you have money, you get more time. So that's a loop. But many of us do it just one time. We went to school, college, we gained a skill, we made money. And now if I want to have more time or money in my life, what I need to do? Reverse the cycle. I have to go back, spend my money, or spend my time to gain some knowledge, but we are short on time. So we spend money on knowledge and then make more money. I have more knowledge, I make more money. And then I do it again. I spend more money to gain more knowledge, and then with more knowledge, I make more money. This is the loop we go through, right? And once you have enough money, you can hire some skill so that you have more time. This is what all billionaires are doing. Mark Zuckerberg, how many of you think he's sitting and doing the coding now? Elon Musk, I don't think he's doing the coding. He do a lot of work, but definitely he's not creating. He has hired smart brains from all over the world and they are doing the work for him. And he is having time with me. So this is how you upskill your skills. This is how you upgrade your skills. By spending money, gain knowledge, or by spending time, you gain knowledge. And the more knowledge you have, more application of knowledge. And knowledge is not just the theory I'm talking about, applicable theory. Many of the skills you learn in school is not at all useful. Some of the skills, some of the knowledge that you study in school, in college, that's what is helping you money. So not the theoretical part of the knowledge I'm talking, the practical, utilitable knowledge, right? That gives you skill. So you trade either your time or either your money for your knowledge, and you keep doing it again and again and again. The more you do, the more you knowledge. And that's why I spend so much money in my coaching journey. That's why. Because whoever learned, Tony Robbins spent 40 plus years, 47, 48 years in his life, right? To learn all those things. And now he's asking so much money. Like last month only, I was in his business mastery, and that is $15,000 program, right? Almost 12 lakh, 13 lakh rupees. But in those 5 days, I get to experience, I get to learn what Tony have learned in 40 years of running his coaching business. Powerful time compression. I spend my time, I spend my money, but I saved a lot of time. I may or may not have figured out in 40 years myself. But now that I have spent my money, I have saved my time, and now I have more time to do something that I want to do. That's how you bring your skills up. That's how you bring your capabilities up. With me on that? Getting what I'm saying? So that's what is our skills and capabilities. And last one, and the very powerful one, is the belief or values. Beliefs or values. How many of you have a belief that is holding you back? One of the statement in chat I got recently, like, what if we are not starting because we are feeling not good enough? Kanika said that, right? What if we are not starting the task because of fear of not being good? That's a belief. I'm not good enough, right? That's a belief. Not good enough. And is this belief helping you become better person or stopping you from living your best life? Give me stopping if S, give me B if it's helping you become. Limiting belief. It's a limiting belief. So is it just helping you? H, or is it supporting you, or is it stopping you? Support or stop? Let's do that. Is it supporting you to become a better person, or it is stopping you? Supporting you, stopping you. Most of you stopping you, right? So this is something that is stopping you. So this belief is not serving. How to change this belief? And who all want to learn how to change beliefs? This is like this. It's, and I'm giving few of the demos of the things that I use in my programs. This is easy, how to change belief. So imagine this is a belief, you have kept it on a table. Yeah. So there are supporting beliefs as well. So if you have a good belief, keep it. If a belief that is helping you do better, that's a very good belief to have, and keep it. But there are a lot of beliefs that are keeping us back. One of them is I'm not good enough. And a very common belief, very common belief. I'm not good enough. Nice.
पीठ वाला हेडबैंड का क्या?
यहीं पे.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, drop करने के लिए.
Okay, okay. Bye. My daughter is leaving for school, so she's looking for her headband. So yeah, pretty much sorted now. Coming back to not good enough. Okay. So you have a limiting belief, or I have a limiting belief that I am not good enough, and that is holding me back. Imagine that that is kept on a table. This is a thought or a belief you have, you kept it on the table. And how many legs do you need for a table to stand? There is a table. How many legs do you think it needs? Minimum, how many legs it needs? Will you stand on one leg? Just one leg like this? No, right? Two is also not possible. It needs minimum three legs. Exactly. Shantinath got it. Minimum three legs we need for our table to stand. Four, even better. Five, even better. Six, seven, eight, nine, 10, even better. So what you need to do, and pay close attention to this thing, because this is really, really very strong technique that you can do it for any limiting belief. So whatever limiting belief, put it on a table. For now, we are taking I'm not good enough, right? And make the table at least three legs. You can make more legs also. Okay. Now give me reason. I'm using three leg of table. Like it's not a 3D image, but give me reason. Why do you think you're not good enough? If you say you are not good enough, the feeling you have of not good enough, why? Why you give me reasons in the chat. You all said you feel not good enough, right? What is that makes you feel not good enough? What is the reason? For me, one of the example is I'm not able, like it was, I am not able to speak confidently. My limiting belief, because I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to speak confidently. What is the limiting belief you have about not good enough? What is the supporting evidence of that? Give me in the chat, guys. Give me in the chat. Nothing? Then how can you say I'm not good enough? If you are saying I'm not good enough in your life for something, there must be something that you feel you're not good enough. That's why. I don't look like I wanted to start my YouTube channel 2017. I created my channel 2017. I am not as good as my peer. That exactly. They do better than me. So basically, one of the belief, let's take that. And I want everybody to have at least one belief in the chat. Give me one belief. So I'm not good enough because I am not as good as my peer. Okay. For now, hold on to this. So this is the leg supporting my table to stand. Give me more. Peers earning better than me. Pretty same thing, but I got the point, right? So I am not as good as my peer in earning. For example, in earning. What about something else? I am not good enough because I am not able to provide enough for my family. I am not good enough because I am not able to perform the way I want to perform. Give me in chat, what do you think is not good enough for you? Why you feel you are not good enough? Everybody said this stopping you from according to the age. Yes. Yeah, cannot meet parents' expectation according to the age. Will they be able to hire? Age is a limit. I am not young enough. I am not old enough. I am too old to start this. I am too young to do this. All limiting beliefs of not good enough. You are not good enough in an age, right? So let's say you say, Parth, according to age, will they be able to hire? So it's, I'm not old enough. That's what your belief is, right? I'm not old enough. I don't have enough experience. That's why nobody will hire me. Give me one more. Give me one more. I want one more from anyone. I have given so many of mine how I see myself not good enough. Go deep inside. This is a challenge. I'm challenging you guys. Go deep inside. What is that makes you feel that you are not good enough? The way you dress up, the way you sit, the way you speak. I was telling, like, in 2017, I wanted to launch my YouTube channel. And I was so conscious because when I smile, if you see, I have, like, not balanced straight teeth. So it is little smaller here. And I feel like my smile is not balanced. So once I get my smile fixed, I will start my YouTube channel. I am not good enough to look good on screen. And that kept me holding for pretty much 5, 6, 7 years, I would say. Right? 7 years I wasted just because of an idea. My teeth is not good enough. And nobody ever have noticed until I have said something about it. So what is that? Give me one more. I want one more. One more of that. So many years for not aligned focus career. Okay. I have expressed well, hence I think I am not good speaker. I can't express well. I'm not a good speaker. Okay. I cannot express well. Hence I'm not good enough as a speaker. So these are three beliefs we have, okay? It can be any belief. And now I want. So first belief was also from Kanika, right? I'm not as good as my peer in earning. Are you good enough with so many other people? Like not peers, but there are people compared to whom you are doing better? Kanika, give me yes if that's true. You are doing better than many others, right? So this belief is bullshit. This is not true. You have a belief that I am not good enough, but now only you are saying there are a lot many people compared to whom I do better. So you are better than many. So this belief is bullshit. So cross it out. Literally cut it out like this. Cross it out and say, I make money more than most people. Right? You guys sitting in the room having the privilege of that internet and the luxury of time to sit and listen tells me that you are in top 5% of India's population. Top 5% of India's population. And then you are saying that I am not rich enough, I am not getting enough paid. Yes, I make more money than most of the people. And now, Kanika, with this feeling, if you use this as an affirmation, will that work? Yes, because it has feeling now. And you can say, I make more money than most people. And the belief is shaky now. Now it's on two legs. The belief is shaking. I use different people's belief, but you can use your three supporting evidence for your belief. I am not old enough. Parth, do you know anybody who is young and have accomplished something beyond words? Google recently hired a boy, 16-year-old boy, for 2 crore rupees monthly, right? Yeah, feeling goes down. That's why I said keep your feelings up, Kanika. Keeps your feeling up. Things go down, but what are you doing to balance your chemicals? What chemical you need? The moment interview went down, you started to feel sad. What is the happy hormone you want? One of the happy hormone you can have. Serotonin. क्या हो गया? इंटरव्यू तो था, फिर से आ जाएगा. कौन सी दुनिया की कंपनियां खत्म हो गई हैं? राइट? ये नहीं तो इससे बेटर आएगा. And you will change the story. You will change the narration. Right? Change the chemical. Change the chemical. Your feelings will change. And the game is just the feeling. How good you feel about yourself is the how good life you attract. And we are pretty much on, like, past time. I didn't realize, like, I was so much into. Okay, quickly wrap this up. So I'm not old enough. Now that I have given, there are a lot of people who have made money or have accomplished something way earlier. And how many times you in your life path have done something way before your age, right? So it's a bullshit belief as well. You're not old enough for something. You already have the skill you need. You just need to do it. And right, I am capable of doing what I want to do because you have a proof. Age is not just a number. Cannot express well. How many times in your life you were able to express something and the person in front of you understood you? Bullshit belief. Give it a proof that yes, that time when I was telling my boss loved my presentation. That time when I was doing, my husband understood what I was saying. That time when I said, my kids understood what I'm saying. So you are capable of expressing. Maybe in that one scenario you didn't express well, right? Bullshit belief, bullshit belief, bullshit belief. Just cut it out and write the empowering belief. Now that you have broken the legs of your table, right? You have broken all three. Where does this good enough goes? Somewhere down. It is fallen, right? And now you have an empowering belief of, I make more money than most people. I am capable of doing what I want. I express so that people so they understand. Because I have expressed many times and people have understood about me. The table has fallen. And this is a very simple yet very powerful technique. Go do it with your any limiting belief. Anytime any limiting belief comes, use this table and life changes. Powerful identity is the last part of the neurological level that we will be talking tomorrow. Okay. And the entire day is based on identity, just identity, how to have that identity of a person who achieved the thing that you want to achieve. We will talk just on that. And let's come to the task quickly. So the task for today, the challenge for today is, now that you have clarity about all the levels, right? You know about the environment, you know about the behavior, you know about the skills, you know about the beliefs. Sit down and write where in your environment is limiting you from getting the outcome you want. What are the behaviors that are limiting you from taking the action that you want? What are the skills you need for you to become the person you want? And what are the beliefs that is holding you back? So what are the limitation in all four areas? Write it down. Clear on the task? Give me yes if you're clear with the task, what you need to do. If not, I will tell you one more time. Right? So all four areas: environment, behavior, capabilities or skills, and belief. Okay? Four. On all four of them, what is limiting? Like where in the environment you feel limited, where in your skills you feel limited, where in your behavior you feel limited, you're not doing enough. And where in the belief you are feeling limited, one of the belief. And now that you have tools to change each four levels of your life, it will become much more easy. So I have empowered each one of you. If you watch the video again and learn all the things, you can change any of the level wherever you want. You know how to change your environment now. You know how to change your behavior now, chemicals, right? How to change your skills now. Loop, learn, have more knowledge, trade money for knowledge or trade time for knowledge. And the fourth is belief, that belief table. So you have empowered in breaking all the levels. Tomorrow we will talk about identity and how to empower yourself to live the life you want to live. So far, so good? Okay, let's conclude the day. And I invite you guys for questions. If you have any questions that you want to ask or anything you want to share, I invite you guys.